Leo, what happened with the trip? What happened with the trip? I thought you were going away. What up, man? Ah, tomorrow. Nice, nice. Give me a second here. I'm just trying to check something out. Nice. All right. What did I actually want to check? What did I want to check? I wanted to test something. I don't actually know. Yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Got it. Got it. Yeah. So let's wait a bit until more people join. I'm just checking something out here. So that's great. We actually won't need this now. We'll see. I actually didn't look at this at all, not even for a second. So let's see what we're going to be building today, right? And let me actually rename the stream. So let's rename this. Let's say, let me just change the title. Let me ask ChatGPT to write this for a proper Twitch stream title when I go live. All right, done. No, I didn't actually use that. It kind of sucks, right? The what it generated. Good evening, guys. Hey, everybody. All right, so yeah, so today we're gonna build something together. So I'm probably gonna scaffold some app, and then we can figure out how to use this and what we can use this for, right? All right, so the easiest way to write and host serverless application, type safe APIs in your favorite programming language, front end and back end. More languages coming soon. Better yet, join in our open source community. Help us build it. Okay, cool. Start for free. Okay, start what? Let me see. One of the unique features that I particularly appreciate is the ability to call functions directly in my code rather than having to build an entire API. This has greatly streamlined my workflows. Save money, start for free. When you use our open source command line tool, it deploys the backend classes and Lambda infrastructure in AWS, automatically provision for increased application traffic. Tudor, good evening, buddy. I'm just starting now, actually. Write clean code, focusing on your app logic. Save time, spend time. Zero time configuring servers, no DevOps knowledge necessary. Use our cloud, deploy the API code, and pre-configure it. Prefigure, don't write boilerplate. Compared with Express.js, there's no need to deal with URLs, headers, and query parameters. Just use SDK auto-generated by our open. Okay, that's cool. We'll see about that. Raps, good evening, buddy. Okay, this I don't care about because I'm not gonna read this. I'm gonna read documentation. So I would never come here and read this. I think this is a bit misplaced. I think I'm gonna go soon and start reading the docs, right? So this kind of isn't something I personally would do. Okay, so start for free, and yeah, so let's try to use the stream to give those guys some good feedback so they can improve their product. I think this is a great thing. Again, this stream isn't sponsored in a sense that I haven't spoken to them in a sense. I'm gonna say exactly what I think, right? And that's what they need. So this has no correlation to anything else. So I'm just gonna give you guys feedback of what I think, and I'm gonna be nitty gritty, whatever you call it. Meaning, yeah. So you can see you have those two icons on opposite sides. So Google icon is in the left, GitHub icon is in the right, so you probably want to fix that a bit. This link here, it is not, if you want this to imply that it's a link, give it a bit more color, right? Because you can barely see it here, this sign up for free, right? So yeah, so this flow can be improved, right? It's not quite, so it's wait, so when I click start for free, right? When I click start for free, I should be in the sign up mode already, right? So if I'm clicking start for free, that means that I haven't started yet, right? So I should be now seeing sign up with Google or GitHub, not sign in, right? So let's switch. So you should swap the state. Sign up with GitHub. All right, I don't like this, right? I think this is too much. And I'm actually, for that reason, not going to authorize now with GitHub. I'm going to probably use Google. I don't know why do you need my private email addresses, private profile information, followers, right? I'm not going to give you this, right? Like if you go to Programmer Network and try to sign in, the only thing that I ask you for is email. I only need your email, right? So this, I'm not going to give it to you, right? So I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to sign up with something else because I'm not going to sign up with, okay, so this is okay. Your name, email address, and profile picture. That's okay. That's okay, right? So I'm fine to give you that. But my private email address is full profile information. I'm not going to give you that, right? Okay. Okay, so I see this stuff very nice. I like it. Very, yeah, pretty nice. I zoomed in a bit, so let me actually see how the page looks like when it's okay. So I'm gonna go now to npm and check Genesio. Nice. Okay. I can, but let's get to that point. Once we start coding, we're gonna talk about it, right? Okay, great. That's good. So there's information there. Okay, so let's, and yeah, you should maybe, just for lazy people like me, generate like, actually no, ignore it, just tiny detail, but you could insert another input here where you can swap between pnpm, yarn, and stuff. So it's just, I don't know, it's a very low effort, but a nice, because now I have to write that manually, right? So pnpmi-g Genesio, right? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Come on. Like, I just want to search how hard is that on GitHub. Okay. Okay, so you're using Commander. That's what I wanted to see. So you're using Commander and command line arguments. Okay, so that's how you're parsing your CLI stuff. I see. All right, I get it. Okay, good. That's fine. All right, cool. So let's get back here. Log into Genesio. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Let me actually kill Programmer Network stuff. We're not going to be doing that today. So Genesio login, redirecting to browser, CLI login in progress, login successful. Okay, I can close the browser and get back to my terminal. Okay, great. That's great. Clone your examples repository. Copy the command in your terminal to clone the repository. Genesio examples. Go to project folder, deploy your code. Okay, very nice. That I like a lot. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's clone this and let's open it up. Very cool. That I like. You can very quickly get up and running, right? It would be nice if your CLI tool is actually asking us which examples we want, I don't care about Swift or Dart or in this case even TypeScript, right? I just care about JavaScript, right? So I don't need to pull all this. Again, I'm trying to find the tiniest details. For the most part, it's irrelevant. So this to-do list could be sufficient, and then you could say if you want more examples, go there. Because now I have to go through 20 different examples, right? So it would be even faster to get started if there's just one thing that I look at, right? So in fact, actually no, it's okay. Wait, where am I? Okay. Yeah, because you can see like I have just pulled like 5 different languages and 10 different examples. And of course, you're still telling us, hey, go to the JavaScript getting started. So it would be, in my opinion, just as good if you just had, when I pull the repo, it's just a single repo that has a server directory in it. Wait, this is a wrong shit. It's something I've been doing on my end here. Wait. Where did I open the VS Code? Here, right? Okay. So yeah, it would be, I think it would be better if, yeah, it was just, if this was the actual repo. When I pulled this, it was to-do list. Right, okay. Because it's too much now to go. So getting started, so JavaScript getting started, or this one, yeah, server, okay, copy the command to your terminal to go to the, okay, yeah, well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. Can I like, do I have to be in this root of all of this thing, right? What is the readme saying? Yeah, okay, cool. Getting started. Okay, so let's go. Let me actually open, wait a minute. So cd JavaScript, cd getting started. Let me just open this directory itself, right? Just so I can be in that directory. I don't need to look at other 500 things, right? No, it's okay. Now, I don't know if it's gonna work, but like, okay, so now we're in here, right? And you guys are saying, hey, cd there, and then deploy this stuff, right? So I'm gonna pmi. Wait a minute, where am I? Interesting. What? Oh, okay. So yeah, because this is kind of a monolith here in a way, right? I need to go into the server and then pmi in there, right? And then I can deploy from there. Genesio. It's kind of strange that I don't have it in my Shadow. Good evening, buddy. Running pre-backend deploy script, okay? Deploying your backend to Genesio infrastructure, checking your credentials, deploying, crossing our fingers, deploying. I see. A little bit of nerdiness. I like that. Doing the final touch-ups. Your code was deployed, and SDK was successfully generated. Your backend project has been deployed, and it's available at this thing. Running pre-front and deploy. Okay, so it changed back to the client, and then yeah. Okay, so so I don't like this one, right? So maybe also, I mean, you're gonna have this video with my personal feedback anyway, but I don't like this, right? So and I don't know how would I do it myself, but I think I ran npm install into the server, which you told me to do. Then the script itself went back to the client and tried to npm install. I think it's a lot better if you say that in the guide up front, you know, like over here, right? It's like go to the project folder, cd into the client and into the server, and you know, install the respective libraries for both, and then you know, whatever. Or make this a real monolith in a way. I don't know how that would work, right? But either way, right now it's kind of it's confusing, and I can see that this failed because of my Node version. I think the Node version I'm using actually doesn't support this. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's take a look. are you providing a node version somewhere where I can see which version is actually needed? And thank you guys for the follows. Is there any, like, which version am I using? 77.1. Okay. And let's try that again. Thank you very much, guys. Playing elevator music, checking your credentials, playing elevator music. Yeah, there's a typo here, I guess. Your code was deployed and SDK was generated, right? Shadow, thank you very much. So yeah, so it seems for the most part it's fine. Let's see, actually unsupported engine just get required. Okay, I see. Okay, so let's say here nvm list, and let's use something greater than nvm list. Let's use 18.16. So nvm use 18.16 0. And let's try that thing again. Somebody asked me about which terminal is this. I have a repo and a YouTube video on it if you want to check it out. All right, let's see what happens now when we have switched the version. Spraying your code with whatever. I like those messages. I think they're very nerdy. I really like that a lot. Lyso, good evening, buddy. Okay, we're still failing with something. Client, blah, blah, blah. Error command fail. Client npm install npm run build. Browser list. Can I use light is outdated? Please run npm. Okay. So I guess I'm supposed to run this inside of a client or somewhere. Okay, so we can see, like, regardless of those errors, right? Like, you're gonna, I guess you're gonna fix them anyway, right? So that's okay, right? You obviously have to fix them, right? Because you can see it's not so like a so you have to fix those issues, right? But still, right, you need to figure out how to run this without cding from one directory to another manually, right? So right, try that again. And I don't know how this deploy works. Am I now just indefinitely deploying my stuff? So let's go to projects, getting started. Yeah. Class name active. What is a class name? What does that mean? Okay, so how can I now see this single line? Where can I go to? So here's my project, right? That's great. I like the dashboard, looks nice. Then if I go getting started, you can navigate to the test interface. Okay, don't tell me. I want to figure it out on my own. Test interface. Personal access tokens. Okay, support billing projects. Ah, test project. Okay. Wait a minute. Ah, I see. Okay, so just FYI, so this is completely unapparent, right? So when I click here, this needs to be like, the holy grail of navigation, right? So this, yeah, I think this UI is confusing, right? I think it's nice from the UI perspective, but from the UX perspective, it's confusing. So, okay, I guess here I see the list of my projects and I like that, right? And once I click in a project, then this should be super apparent, because why would I want to get in this side of the project anyway? Probably to test if it works, to have some debugger or whatever, right? Okay, so I guess I click here and I say send. Validation error, path highlighters. Okay, I get that, sure. This token now, right? This token, I presume, should be pre-filled, right? Where can I get this token? Is this like a JSON web token or something? But don't tell me. It's a rhetorical question. I'm just talking to myself. Don't tell me anything. I need to see truly. Let's see. And what happened here? Did we manage to deploy? Command fail. Okay. Well, the client wasn't deployed, I guess. So that's okay for now. We can just stay in this land of things. So EU Central. Okay, so I think the client itself that wasn't built for me most likely has some sort of a token generated for it, right? Personal access tokens, auto generated token by browser login. Yeah. So what's this token for? Testing the Lambda functions through the UI. Yeah, so you can see you don't have validation here at all, right? I just created a thing without I just created a thing, right, without the name, right? Copied. My best man, good evening. Okay, so I go back here, right? And we go back here again. I go test, and I paste in this token, I presume, and now I should be able to get it. Nice. Okay. So I think overall, I think this is amazing, right? And here are the subs. This is the efforts we're doing. Thank you very much, Tudor. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. I think we got like 25 subs. That's great. Thank you very much, man. So okay. So overall, I find this view incredibly useful, and I think this is great, right? This is super great. This is great. I mean, all of the things we found so far, you can fix with your team in 2 hours probably, or like, so it's not a big deal, right? I think they're tiny things. So things not working is irrelevant completely. I mean, I can find in my project a million things not working right now. So I think the more of the thing is like this UX here. This needs to be somewhere like I would want that like super big purple button, right? Because this implies, and trust me, I've been working in startups for 15 years now, so I know that design is always the least priority. But whenever you want to emphasize something, make it, don't use the outline for it. This has to be like, I literally didn't see this. If you didn't tell me, hey, go to test something, I wouldn't have seen it even, right? Because you can see, especially on the big screen, I need to move my head to the right. This is like a 32-inch screen, right? So that's environmental variables. And then, of course, validation. I'm pretty sure that I can probably save this without inserting any values, okay? Do you trim values and stuff, okay? But I guess I don't have to spend time on that. You guys can go, and that's the least right issue. I'm gonna Marv. I'm gonna take a look at it in a couple of minutes, just after this. But awesome, man. I really love your site. You did a fantastic job, man. Fantastic job. Okay, so anyway, going back to what I actually care about is this. I find this incredibly useful. I think it would be super nice if I can minimize this. Like this this sidebar here is. This sidebar should work pretty much like if I go to GCP, or so if I go to GCP, if I go to segment UI, let me give you guys some ideas, right? If I go to my GCP, for example, right? I have some backup service running here for Programmer Network. You should either be able to do this, or you should be able to minimize it so only those icons are visible. If I go to, I don't know if I have a segment account, my personal segment account, but I can show you how segment works. Yeah, I don't actually know if I have. I don't want to use my company account, especially in the live stream. But essentially, wait, segment menu. where's the images? Where's the images? I just want to show you. Yeah, so this is essentially their menu. But let's see, minimized, minimized. I just want to see if I can show it to you. But I think you know what I'm talking about. So this is kind of the menu, and then you can just minimize it so only the icons are visible. I think I mean, if I'm using a debugger, I don't give a crap about this menu, right? I want to have the full kind of HTTP client view here, right? So that's good. You have prettifying. I really like this a lot. It's super cool, actually. Yeah, I can copy some of the sub objects. Very nice. Or is this a copy, or is this? Yeah, it is a copy. Nice. Type primitive object array. Very nice. Okay, and then yeah. So basically, yeah, we can see here we can do all of the 4 CRUD operations. We can create a task. I think one super important thing here is that this token should be set for the environment or globally here in the left, right? So we're gonna talk about, like, we're gonna build the application, some application hopefully with this anyway, right? But keep in mind, I don't want to be copy pasting this token to every single thing. Now, if I want to do this, I need to copy it here and say, hi world. And then that's obviously going to work, but then I have to copy it here again and then do this, right? Wait, what did I create? Let me find the tasks ID. So let's take some ID. Let's see if it works. And where is the body? Where do I provide the title here? I don't see any way to actually update this. So what is this doing? Update task. Well, I think on okay, wait a minute. Okay, sorry, I zoomed in too much. And I didn't see it. Okay, so here is the title. Hey, stream sold false. Okay, beautiful. And then if we get the tasks again, okay, that's good. And delete, obviously. So yeah, so I think I don't want to be copy paste. Imagine now that I want to test 35 different endpoints. It's gonna almost never happen, especially at once. But let's imagine you want to test a lot of stuff. Now I would have to go and copy the same thing. So you want to store this in a global state temporarily, at least somewhere, or you should be able to choose. So right below this environment, you should have another drop down that says tokens or whatever, and then one should be able to see those tokens, right? Like, because you have them here generated anyway, you have that resource available anyway, so you would just basically fetch the same thing. And I know why you're not doing it, because I saw the UI. Once you generate it, like, you have to write it down. I don't know about that. You guys should think about it or figure out a way for me that I don't need to do this. Now, of course, I don't know how you intended this to be used by your users. That's a different yeah, this is like Postman, right? So we are now in like a Postman view, and you're testing the resources you created basically here, right? Which is useful, very useful, right? All right, let me join the Discord as well. I don't care about that right now. I'm just going to close it, documentation. All right, great. We're going to soon look into that. Support opens up an email. I mean, I presume that this is intercom or something like that. I think when you click support, it should open the intercom, not the email, right? This should be, or this is HubSpot. I can see the icon. So this is HubSpot chat. Okay, I see. So there, you're using a CRM. Then yeah, this should basically support should open this. Yeah, I'm sorry, but in the bottom right of the page. Okay, wait. In the bottom right of the page, right? Let's make this a bit smaller then. Thanks for that. So in the bottom right page, like on many pages, right? they have the chat. So I think when you click support, it should open the chat. Not nobody's gonna send an email. It's right. So yeah, so that's what I would do at least. I would try to guide users to use in this case HubSpot chat, right? Because it's easier for you guys to have history and all of that stuff. Okay, great. So okay, so far when I log in, what I can do, I can see the list of projects. I can click on a project. I can test the project. We left some feedback there. I don't like this class name, even though maybe because my terminology of serverless isn't good yet, but it's just food for thought. We'll see. Maybe by the end of the stream, I'll know what a class name is. So let's leave that. Okay, that works. Front end. Well, I didn't actually manage to deploy the front end, so let's try that as well. So so what did let's actually try this once again. Oh yeah, actually I like this so much better. I would actually even remove the white theme completely. But that's just me. It's just one less thing to maintain, right, for your people. That's what yeah, but you can see here exactly what I'm talking about. Actually, you don't see it here, but you can see here the cancel button has a messed up styling exactly because you even have to think about two different themes. I would just nuke the white theme because you have limited resources as well and you're a small new team, so you need to narrow down the scope of things. So if you ask me, just support the dark theme and forget about the light theme. No developer, maybe 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 100 uses white thing. And anyway, and I'm not saying it's not useful to support it. It would be good if you had 25 different themes, but the point is yeah, you want to narrow down the scope of things you have to do, right? Because it's you have to then support different teams, right? How to deploy a front end. Okay. I think this is nice. This should also be a call to action. I think this should also be a purple button with white text, just so it's more explicit. And it should have some hover effect. So again, I'm trying to be as provide you as much information as possible so it's useful to you, right? Okay, well, let's try to see what's happening here. Okay, let's go to clients. Let me close this white theme. It's like literally this also thing should support white theme. I don't think it does now though. You're probably using some tool to generate this. Yeah, for sure. Also what Panosa is saying, 100%. Okay, so let's, am I in the client right now? Yeah, so let's say pnpm run build. Let's see what happens. Yeah. So I think in general, I'm not happy with those examples, right? So the reason why this is failing now is because I've decided as the user that I don't want to be working in that directory of all examples, right? So I think you can see that this is now, what is this trying to do even? Plugin React was conflicted between this and example. There's there. Yeah, I don't know. So it's quite strange, right? So let me actually go and read the docs on how to do this, right? Because this it's so yeah, you need to fix that examples thing, right? For sure, you need to fix that. It's not like apparent, right? Deploy the front end first. You have to add the following fields. This is the platform that we are reviewing today. They're kind of sponsoring us this stream. They just gave us 25 subs, and I'm also trying to help the guys. So it's the serverless platform that yeah. Tudor, I think one of the founders, he found our stream and he asked me maybe a week or two ago to he liked our stream and he said, hey, would you be interested to give us more feedback, right? Because I gave him feedback before. So we're gonna build now something with this and see, just leave very direct feedback because yeah, Okay, Genesio YAML file. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, I don't like this kind of wait. Jesus Christ, man, how did that end up there? Give me 1 second. Okay, great. So as I said, I'm not a fan of this thing with yeah, multiple examples and stuff like that. So narrow that down for sure, right? Because now that's the problem, right? And you can say, well, Alex, is the problem because you are not following exactly what we told you to do, right? Well, sure, but you have to assume that users are not going to always do what you want them to do, right? So just make it simpler and don't couple all of those projects together, right? Jesus Christ, man. Okay. So is this the front end? Yes. Okay, it's probably create React app, right? Yeah, this probably yeah, it seems so. So you should definitely migrate to Vita, right? You should definitely do that. It's super simple. You can do it in an hour or less, and it's a lot faster, right? A lot faster. And I know that you guys already have that on to do 100%. I have no doubts. Okay, Genesio. So where is the YAML file? Is there a Genesio here? No, what? First, you have to add the following fields into the Genesio YAML. Okay, this is not very clear to me. Wait. Genesio's front-end deployment offers a simple and cost-effective way to host and serve static website, leverages Amazon S3. CloudFront, very nice, very nice. I love it. CloudFront, I've used S3 for many years to ensure the fast, reliable content delivery. First, you have one of the following fields, but where is the Genesio YAML file? Or do I just like have to? Don't provide subdomain here. If you don't provide subdomain, a random one will be provided for you. Subdomain clients. Yeah, this is not clear at all. So this is not clear at all, actually. Let's see, quick start. Like when I come here, right? Like what fields are you talking about, right? Like I think this thing assumes that I already have this file. Why would I have this file? So why would I have this file at the point in time when I haven't configured this yet, right? So let's imagine I have my existing frontend and I want to host this frontend on your platform, right? Why would I have this file, right? Why would I have it? Is it something that I'm missing? Maybe let's write. No, it's not Gaimorph. No, it's the same screen. It's the same screen. I just zoomed in a lot so you guys can read. Sign up to install the CLI tool, create your first project. No, but I'm going. No, I did. I mean, I was following, right? I was following their getting started thing, right? Well, not this one to their defense. Okay, create your first project. Yeah, maybe I should have just instead of maybe okay. So that's a mistake. So okay, I don't like those examples. I must admit. So they're not very useful, right? I would much rather I should have just started here, right? I should have just started here and yeah. So let's do this. So I did this thing. I did this thing. I don't like this again. I don't want to do this, right? So that's the problem, right? So I don't want to start with an example, right, like this. But it seems that I must, right? Because so it would be way better if this was like, say, like a boilerplate, like you had a CLI boilerplate generator, like I can generate an empty project. Because here you're asking me to get all the examples, right? Okay, well, let's do it. Fuck it. It's okay. It's just I don't think it's clear, right? I don't think it's clear. That's all. Right, so I think I have no doubts already that the tool itself, the code itself is great. I think we will build something pretty cool, right? It's just right, like the onboarding has to be better, right? Like I shouldn't need to download. I shouldn't need to one shouldn't need to get all of this when they're getting started. Like it's too much, right? Like you should have those examples here. You should have a list, right, that says, check out these repositories, right? No, they are watching the chat. Yeah, of course they are. They came here for feedback, right? Uh, so yeah, so you don't need to include all of this. It's very confusing, right? It's like it's not clear. Try to make it as dumb as possible, right? Because people, there's so many things out there, so many products. Our attention span, is worse in human history, right? So try to always, the most fundamental thing when building products is to assume that user is lazy, and you have to do as much of the work for the user as possible, right? So it's like here is like, hey, well, take all of these examples, right, and do something with them, right? Uh, yeah, and then then CD into this, and then blah. Okay, but let's do it. Let's follow that. Maybe I was just an idiot for wanting to do it. Well, not maybe, certainly. All right, so let's literally just copy all of this. Sure. What? Ah, okay, so you see, so I also have to be, okay, okay. Okay, good, good, good. I mean, that's the thing, right? So this is good, right? But that's the problem, right? When I logged in, right? No, wait. So that's good. This is gonna be great feedback. When I logged in, right? What you did is you told me to wait. So when I logged in, right, you sent me elsewhere, right? You sent me to a completely different place, right? So why didn't I see? Can I delete this? No. So I mean, the thing is, look, I just followed what the UI took me through. I mean, it seems that, yeah, there is something in the documentation, but that's a different subject, right? Like, I haven't seen this. So when I logged in for the first time, I had no project. I was asked to go to examples, right? That's also great. I think that should be there. I'm not saying that I think examples are super important, right? But I've never been even mentioned this step. Hey, like, actually, if you don't want the examples, feel free to start from scratch. Right? I don't care about the examples. I want to start from scratch. Another person will want the examples. Right? I want to start super small and then build up the thing, right? So you have to include this in that onboarding step. So when I've just installed your CLI tool, I've just logged in, and you send me I logged into your dashboard, and your dashboard is now telling me, do this, do that, blah blah blah, and this should be there as well, right? It just took me 20 minutes to find it, so it wasn't clear to me, right? Maybe to someone in the chat it was clean, but right. Okay, well, that's good. That's good to know. Okay, so let's use their tool, right? That's great. What the fuck is happening? Did I yeah, Jesus Christ. Never mind. So let's say Genesio init. What's the name of your project? Say programmer network serverless. What region do you want to deploy it? Very nice, very nice. I think here it would be okay. So, but if you had multiple values, it would be nice if it was like an enum, right? Of 1, 2, 3. I should just be able to type 1 or 2 or 3. Not now. I have to say. Well, I don't have to say US East now because that's the only one that you support right now, I guess. So I can just hit enter. But if there were multiple ones, then yeah. In what programming language you want it? Also very nice. Only US seems to be allowed now, I guess, because it didn't give me any other options. Where do you want to save your SDK? Yeah, this is a bit unclear. I think you're asking this too early. I don't know what an SDK in this context is. SDK of what? Genesio SDK SD, right? It's unclear what this means to me at this point, right? Okay. The fuck? Where am I? What is? Man, come on! Like I'm such an idiot. Wait. Okay, let's try that again. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so stupid. What's your project? What's the name of your project? Programmer, network, serverless. I see. Okay, so I guess default value JS. So it would be nice if those were lists, right? So you can see them colored, maybe like JS1, TS2, and stuff like that, right? I don't know what this means at this point. It's too early for me to understand what you mean by that, right? What? Oh shit, man! You guys are not okay. So you guys are not generating a directory or generate. Okay, that's not good, right? That's not good. So that's why I was confused. Like, where is my folder? So this is not good, right? You guys have to generate a folder, right? Now I have just created a bunch of your files, right? Yeah, I mean that you have to fix that, right? So okay, so I need to say programmer network serve, like, right, all of those tools, right, need to generate the right. That's why I got confused, right? Okay, great. Okay, let's try that again. Init, oops. No, no, I mean Panosa, but I think Panosa, you're being a bit unrealistic, right? I don't read all of that crap, right? I mean, it's like I assume that things are working based on my experience, right? I'm not reading every single thing, every single sentence all the time, right? Right. So my expectation is when I generate, when I initialize something that is going to create directory. That's how every single tool that I use works, right? So it's not about, yeah, maybe if I read that, it would be like, sure, right? Okay. But I didn't read it, and that's the problem, right? Because why do you ask me then of the project name then? And I know why already, because it's going to appear, right? It's going to appear in their dashboard, right? Under the class name, whatever. Okay, so now we can actually open this directory, right? Hello, friend. Good evening, buddy. So now we have Genesio YAML file. Beautiful. Okay, great, great. That's good. Let's go back here. No, no, I mean, again, look, I'm trying to give realistic feedback because I think this is the most honest feedback they will ever get. And I'm always happy to do this with any other product. So this is not about, we're not here, right, to say who is right or wrong, right? Like, that's not the point. The point here is I know that what I did, 98% of people would do, right? People don't read all of this thing because those things generally work the same, right? Exactly. I'm not saying that the documentation is bad. I mean, it's just I'm trying to be the real user. I'm doing this now the most genuine way, right? I'm doing this the way that I am. If I wanted to do this perfectly, so I show how perfect their platform is, right? Right, then I would be like reading all of it, but I'm not. Okay, this is another tool. I have to set this tool up. I have 3 seconds of patience to do it, right? So it's more about trying to genuinely use this, so those guys can see, okay, how are users actually using it. Of course, I can go now and like, after you successfully log in and read all this, right? Sure, but I don't, right? And I think that many people will not do that, right? That's just at least my take. I don't know. Okay. So it says the project name is not valid. Okay, I see. Okay, so the project name is not valid. I know why, because we had, so they didn't validate the input when we generated the project, and we have the spaces in the project. So it's okay, right? Okay, so let's try this again. This should now work. Beautiful. Okay, great. We have our first class. It's empty, amazing. And if we go over here, now we can grab this fella. I think one thing that would be good is that if you co-locate this inside of the tabs, right? So just hear me out. So this thing should be inside of the each tab. So when I switch to JavaScript, it should say Genesio add class hello.js. If I click here, inside of here, it should be saying, as it's saying here, right? So this has to be dynamic as well, right? Or you can leave it here, but as you change the tabs, the extension of this changes, right? It's just tiny things, right? No, look, guys, like, I mean, there's no project out there, including my own, where there aren't bugs. This is nothing critical. Those guys can fix this probably by tomorrow, right? So it's just, let's try to break it down and find all the things we can so they can get as much. Exactly. So they can get as much feedback as possible, right? So absolutely. I'm just saying, instead of saying, oh my God, why would you ever do that? You wouldn't, and they wouldn't. It's a bug, and they have to fix it. So it's not that they're doing that because they want to do it. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Okay, great. So let's go back here now. Let's copy this fella. And let's go in here. Wait, what is this other crab that I have opened? Ah, okay, let's close that. Eternal, thank you very much. Okay, so we have this beautiful class here. What? I think there's a, what? Wait. Man, what the fuck am I doing? I have so many of those things open. Wait. Ah, okay, sure. Let me just move this over here. Okay, so I think, wait, why is this not formatted properly? Ah, I see. Okay, all good. You should probably format this properly though, right? When I copy it, there's something strange. Again, super tiny things. I'm trying to find anything I can, but when I paste this, it should kind of, at least, yeah, whatever, fuck it. All right, now your project is ready to be tested and deployed. Test your project locally or deploy your, okay, how do I test it locally? Genesio local, beautiful. Okay, wow. Nice, super cool. Why do I have two of those things though? Wait, hello world and hello, what is this? What is the difference here? Okay, okay, so we have the two functions, I see. Yeah, so we have, okay. So actually, I think this would be better if this was just saying hi foo or something like that, right? And hi bar or something, just so it's more distinct, because I got confused here, like it says hello and then hello world. I'm like, what the hell is that, right? Maybe I'm just stupid, and I probably am, but it should be more distinct, right? Or maybe you should even just call them whatever. Just my 5 cents. I'm just reacting to my own reaction when I saw it. Okay. Hello, null. Greeting from null. Okay. I see. So name, mailar, location, Tudor. Okay, beautiful. So this was super smooth, right? So yeah, that's good. So the tool itself works really smooth. So the issues we found so far are either documentation related, UX related, or onboarding related. At least that's my problem. If I started with this, it would have been amazing. Because how easy is this, right? There's no seeding, seeing shit. I just start with this, and then you can say, hey, if you want other examples, I don't know. I just like this a lot more than giving me 53 different folders, right? Okay, beautiful. Test your project locally. This command will spawn a local server on a random port that can be used for testing and will also generate an SDK to be able to call the backend methods from the front-end code. Head over to the output link to test your project Genesis interface. Yeah. Okay, now we're here. When Genesio, you can also host your frontend. To set up, change the Genesio YAML as follows. Okay, let me think about this a bit. I don't like this. I think the problem is that for some things you support CLI and so it seems that maybe your Genesio CLI tool is slightly incomplete towards one of the ends, right? Like, why should I mean, I should also maybe be able to say Genesio init front end or whatever. I don't know, just food for thought, because I hate copy pasting this shit like this, right? I'm not a fan of that at all. When I see those relative paths, I die inside, right? I don't have to, right? But when I see those relative paths, like go 2 directories back, I hate that. Or go 1 directory up. I don't like this, right? It just gives me a bad feeling. It's maybe my OCD but I don't like this, right? I shouldn't need to do this, right? Like this at least, or I don't have the solution, right? But either way, I don't like it. No, I think the problem here is that they have coupled the server to the client. Like right now, I'm inside the server, right? I should not need to configure the client in here. Like those are two different things, and actually they are fully decoupled anyway, right? So they're not doing server-side rendering here or something, right? So this is coupled now just from the configuration perspective, but not from the it's not right. It's completely decoupled, right? So there's no really need for this YAML file to know anything about the front end, right? This is like I should configure my stuff here for my micro functions, microcontrollers, and that's it, right? I shouldn't need to be providing like go 3 levels up, and that's where my client is, right? React, right? I shouldn't be needing to do this here, right? It just feels completely wrong. When I saw it, when I see this, it feels wrong. It wouldn't feel wrong if this was some centralized configuration that only contains metadata about both ends. So it's like a third library. Like you have one library for front end, one for back end, and then there's some like metadata centralized thing, right? Yeah, sure, but you can still no, don't take me wrong. I know that you need some data to know where to deploy, but I'm saying I could have done something like this, Genesio, generate, I don't know, client or whatever. It would generate another folder with a file with the same file like this that contains client specific things, and then I run that, and then I deploy that, right? So those, I mean, it's clear already that those are two different projects, right? And you have coupled them, right? So you should have a client and those micro functions. So this guy here should have its own metadata file, that YAML file, right? And this guy should have a YAML file as well, right? Why not? I mean, right? Right? Both of them should have their corresponding YAML files, and then I don't see why right? Why would I want to? Because it feels very strange. It feels strange when I have to say front end something, right? And then go here or here, right? Because what if I want this to be a repository, right? So what if I wanted to say, hey, this is a repository, like this is, github.com, whatever, right? So what? Either way, I would. This is just my 5 cents, or maybe $5, a bit more than 5 cents. I would completely decouple this. I don't think it's clear, right? Anyway, let's follow what you guys are doing. So what you're saying is that now I have to. And I actually don't want to. So you should also, I mean, this product you're building is very powerful, right? So you should maybe push it more marketing wise as a framework agnostic, UI agnostic, right? Because it is agnostic. I don't want to do this now. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to create a client directory here, and I'm going to just wait. I'm going to show you, right? I'm going to say make dir programmer network serverless client, right? And in order for you guys to make it framework agnostic, I'm just gonna say touch index HTML, right? And only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, just say, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Right? This should be sufficient for you guys. Like nobody should really be generating React or Vue.js or whatever. Maybe, a person who is browsing this wants to write Stencil.js or some other shit. So you should show like, hey, we don't actually give a crap what you push. This is hosted on S3. It's just a static host server anyway. So we don't care, right? So this is why I just want to have hello world, right? And what is this build now? Like that's okay, I guess. Yeah, I don't know actually. Let's see. Let's actually see if this is even possible, what I'm trying to do. This is my now client. It has one single file, right? And yeah, actually, let's just copy this whole thing now. So let's say here again, programmer, network, serverless, whatever. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, because this thing that I copied was in TS and I chose initially the JS, right? So I think generally, right, 25 gold, good evening, buddy. Generally, you need to work on this documentation, right? It's good, but it's what I've chosen in the previous steps. So in the previous steps, I've chosen JS, and now when I copy this, it's TS. Again, those are all very tiny things, but they're disrupting the work. Now I have to go and change this here. So you should maybe have some state or whatever is like, and keep that global state. Okay, user has chosen that they want to use JavaScript SDK 15 steps behind. Just show the JavaScript stuff, right? So I know that this is low-hanging fruit. You're not going to do this now anyway. Okay, let's see. But where's my front end now? Where can I see my front end? Okay, wait. Deploy your first project. Beautiful. Okay, I actually don't want to do this. Okay. Actually, so do I have to run this command? Do I have to run anything actually now? Because I already have, so I've already set up the stuff as I want in that thing there. So do I actually have to do this? Confident. I'm always overly confident. No, nothing new. It's just I'm actually very interested into this. Oh shit! It's because of the path is wrong. Okay, so this should be. My bad. So this should be actually I don't fucking know what is this. Why is this like this? Shit. I don't know. I'm confused now about this. Is this something that I should have created already, or is this something that the script, when I run it, is going to generate on one level up, right? So it's like that's unclear to me right now, right? Is this something that in this directory should be generated automatically, right? Or that's unclear, right? Yes, okay. Maybe I just okay. Well, I did build it, right? I have a build directory there. It should work, right? Because I actually don't want to do this at all. I mean, I just want to say, hey, no, actually, I cannot deploy from here. I need to deploy from. Okay, something's happening. I don't think they want anything. I mean, that's the whole point. It's not specific to framework. That's what you're getting misled by. This since when I started this stream, it says that they're hosting this on S3, right? So I can push any index HTML file and it should work, right? That's why I say here this can be super simple. This example could be as simple as what I did, which is this, right? I literally have an HTML file that has hello world. Which library I'm going to include here or whatever, that's up to me, right? That's completely up to me. The build folder does not exist. Okay, wait, maybe I didn't give me a sec. I didn't show you guys the new merch that I made. Look at this. Super professional printing. I drew it by hand. Look at this. Look at this. Super good quality. If you guys want it, only $100. $100. Look at this. $100 for the first person who won it. Look at this. I started writing the characters too big, and then the rest couldn't fit. I fucked up. I didn't calculate it well. Look at this. $100 plus $300 shipping. So $400 for the first. Who wants it? $400. I'm gonna lick it. I'm licking it, right? So I licked this thing, and it's yours for 400. Look at it. Oh, right? 600. There we go. I completely licked it. Great. Okay, we're good. So, okay, let's go. Where is my front end? Where is my no subdomain specified? We will provide a random one for you. Okay, and where is it? Wait. $500 for this glass to the first interested person right now. Okay, where's my front end now? Okay, let's get serious here. Let's get serious. Okay, here's my new project. Your backend deploying your front end to Genesio infrastructure. There are two tabs, backend and frontend. Where? Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Hello world. Look at this. Look at this. Hello world, right? So as I was saying, you should be selling your product technology agnostic as much as possible, right? So don't say, oh, go generate fucking a Webpack project that takes 4 hours to generate. Just say, hey, hey, here's the hi world, and which front end you use, it's up to you, right? We don't care, right? That's the beauty of it, right? Because I just want to see that this is rendering something, right? Now I can go and add whatever I want, right? And we will, in fact, build something together this stream, and we're going to build something. I don't know yet what, right? Yeah, I mean, again, you want to minimize the amount of time it takes for a user to start and have something running, right? So by asking me to cd into somewhere, generate an extra folder, create React app, all of this shit, paste this dummy component in there, it's too much, man. I want to just see this working. Like, how quickly can I set up this CLI tool? Because that's their selling point as well. So what I'm saying fits their selling point very. They claim, right? Like when you go to the website, right? They claim the easiest way to write and host serverless application. And I can easily trust this. Why not, right? Which means when I read this and start doing this, right, I should feel that this is true. I shouldn't need to go into different folders, generate, like I have, right now, if you go through the official documentation, you need to generate 2 folders, one of them, actually both of them manually. So I have to right click, create a folder, cd into a folder, run the init command inside of the folder. I need to then switch back to a different directory, create it, run React, create, blah, blah, blah. It's too much, right? It's too much, right? Okay, great. So this is good. I like this. Very good. You can add a custom domain. I respect that, right? You should probably provide your, name service here. And, if I actually want to do this now for this demo, I cannot just do this because I cannot create an A record or something that's without knowing your NS service and what should I do, right? How does your Nginx or whatever you're using, how does it route? How does it resolve custom domains and stuff like that, right? No, it is hard coded, but they could have simply had H1 here or whatever, right? Or anything. Like you can skip this step completely, right? You can see I have skipped this altogether, right? If I go actually here, I'm not even running anything, right? And I'm not running anything simply because I created a directory with a single file, index.html, right? Again, this is all feedback from me and from you. I'm not suggesting that what I'm saying is the absolute truth. You always need to get feedback from many people to find some sort of statistical reasoning and logic behind it. But this is how I think, right? In fact, I would go as far as, so this is what I would do. This is what I would do, right? So if I'm building this now, this is what I would do. I would have a repository. I would have a repository like this, literally. How the fuck do I delete this? I would have a repository called hello world. It would have, just like they have client and server folders. Client would have index.html that inside it says literally hello world. And here for the server, I would have, I don't know, hello world JS or whatever user chooses. And I would have pretty much what they have now. Literally, and you go cd in there, run, whatever, go to this URL, done, right? And then any rational developer, any developer, in fact, who even ends up on this website, I doubt it's going to be a complete beginner because I doubt that some super mega juniors are like looking for serverless solutions all of a sudden, right? So a person just like, okay, this is now rendering. I can see hello world in my browser. Now I can do whatever hell I want. I can start, now I can try this with my own full-fledged React app. I'm gonna go to it and I'm gonna point in this server stuff. But again, I still claim that coupling this server and client, those two meta files, I don't think it's a good idea. I think you guys should have separate files for this Genesio YAML. And this thing shouldn't have any knowledge about frontend, right? Because this is called server, and in my opinion, nothing here should be relating to frontend, right? Yeah, they run on the AWS. Yes, they run on AWS. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. The biggest problem now, right, with this feedback I'm giving at this moment is that this is not a monolithic project, right? So this is like a microservice, right? So this server, this hello.js, actually doesn't do anything with this HTML or your client. And that's why I'm saying having the client related metadata here is just confusing, because it implies something that it doesn't. This is literally a simple microservice and a few functions that do something, and then when they're not doing it, they go silent until you ask them to do something else. So I just feel that I hate this, right? You see this? Like this is, I'm not used to it, right? Go one level up. This is where my client is, right? So now every single time when I want to run this stuff, I need to make sure that my client side project is somewhere reachable for this thing to render or whatever, right? So I think of course this would have been better if this was like this supported, let's say, a GitHub repo link or whatever, something like that. That would still make this configuration file coupled to the front end, but it wouldn't couple it to me needing to go CD into there, blah blah blah. I don't know. It's just my 5 cents. I don't know. Maybe in 3 days when I wake up, I might change my opinion. But yeah. Leo, thank you very much for being here, man. Have a good night. Have a safe flight. I hope everything goes well. All right, cool. So fundamentally, I think we have tested the core of the platform, and the core of the platform is it can render both ends, which is amazing. And then your front end can obviously utilize those functions, right? Maybe I did. Let me see. Yeah, it seems I did. I was doing some shit today. Is it broken? Is it broken for all strategies? Let me see. So it's not broken for LinkedIn. Yeah, I'll fix that. So basically what I did today, I've added the let's just switch from this subject for 2 seconds. So what I added off stream today to our so I've added the backup step. So now every time we push any API related code, we back up the database. So I have set up our clone. So I've set up our clone with the Google Drive's API on GCP. So now every time when we push new API code, we do the backup of the database first. That's synced to my Google Drive, and then we continue. And that took me several hours because it was not easy as it seemed. I had some issues, but now it works. So every single time we do this, you can see I generate some SQL file, I do a dump, that's uploaded to GCP, and then we continue. So I don't want to be thinking about, oh, is this gonna fuck something up? So we now have, yeah. I did whatsoever probably fuck up the auth. Yeah, unfortunately, and that's super shitty because people now are actually watching and probably they can't sign up, and that's really bad. But let's respect those guys and let's continue with this. If there's time later on, we can do that. Okay, so let's go back here to the docs. Okay, no, over here. And of course, now if we go back actually here, yeah, so now, of course, going back to what I was saying, right? They obviously we're now missing the SDK, right? Because since I skipped since what I skipped their steps, um, we need this SDK now, right? And the SDK basically they generate it from whatever you have in your server. So it basically they generate a service for you for each given micro function, micro handle they generate. So that's very nice, right? So for every time you add a new handler function here, they generate that as part of the service, right? So that's what this Hello World SDK is most likely, right? Um, I like that. I think that's very nice. But again, so the idea is amazing and I think it's super good. It's just it's not easy to do this with this tooling. I think it's convoluted. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I think you can get so many great points by making this just easier. Like it's just hard, man. Like I have to wonder where is this coming from, this SDK, right? It's like because even if I followed your example here, right? It's like what is like where is this SDK coming from, right? I guess you are generating this part, but this part I'm making myself, right? It's like you basically, right? It's unclear to me still. Is like how does this SDK end up in the front end project at all? Does it end up somewhere here? So it's not transparent to me. Like how does this even happen, right? Give me 1 second. Wait, let me go to the let me put your client here, right? Okay, so SDK did end up there. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I see. I see. Okay, okay, okay. I see. All right. All right. Okay, I see. AMX, we are basically testing one platform. The guys from Genesio, they asked us to give them feedback, so they have sponsored this stream a bit, and now we're trying to help them with stuff, right? Okay, so we have some static methods here, I guess. Oh yeah, yeah, they are static. Why is this? Okay. Yeah, I'm just seeing if I can give some feedback here as well. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna get too much into code details because everybody has their own preferences. So let's just maybe skip it for now. But okay, so now in my front end, right, I should be able to use those things, right? And this is the native X, right? So let's continue with the super simple front end. Let's use plain JavaScript. I'm not gonna use any. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say whatever app JS, right? Let's just go mega simple. This stream is not about building a beautiful UI. It's about testing the service, right? So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna say script, right? Script source. It's gonna be dot slash. Actually, where did I put this? I put it in a wrong place. Okay, so let's. Actually, no, it's fine. Let's just keep it there. All good. It's just, yeah, this is probably not gonna work the way that I imagined, but it's okay. Okay, so, and then I guess I should be able to just redeploy, right? Okay, beautiful. Does it always regenerate the same URL, the random one? So is it always giving? Okay, so here is the hello world. So our JavaScript works. Beautiful. That's great, right? Now let's make this type module, right? Wait, it's been a while since I wrote the plain JS. Yeah. So yeah, so that I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know how this is all implemented, but technically, if I go here, no, if I go, oh sorry, I went to the. Let's go to the front end again, right? So if I go in here, I should be able to say import from. No, I don't think so. MJS is a Node.js extension. I don't think it's a module JS. Maybe it does. We'll see. I don't actually remember. I genuinely don't remember. But there's a high probability you're actually right? I don't know. Now I'm just trying something that's out of the scope, or to say no, out of the. They're not claiming that it works this way, so I'm just gonna play with it a bit. Wait a minute. Wait, is this an HTTP client? It is, right? It is. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So this returns a promise, right? Where were we? Over here, right? Programmer network. No, it's not down. I think I just messed up the authentication. I think I just messed up some environmental variables. I'll fix that after the stream. I'm very sorry. I've been doing some very important work there and involving automatic backups and stuff. And actually, that's finished. It's just I think I messed up some env related stuff. So unfortunately, yeah, I tried to fix it before the stream, but I didn't have the time. So the time ran out basically. Yeah. I think that's the only thing that's broken. I fucked up some environmental variable. I'm very sorry for that. I'll fix that. I just want to show some respect to those guys and just spend more time with this, right? Because actually it is fun, and I genuinely would actually use something like this, right? I actually, honestly, I think it's. So does this have to actually be MJS is the question, right? Like Sako, my friend, I did. What about you? I miss you guys already. Thank you very much for coming, man. Thank you very much for coming. Actually, I think we can also test this locally without deploying. So I think we can just do Genesio local, right? Same, man. Okay, wait a minute. Where is my local URL? So we can test this locally as well. Ah, shit. That's not actually what I wanted. This thing keeps switching back to the white theme. So you guys should store that in a local storage or somewhere. So it's preserved, when I say, hey, I want a dark theme, it shouldn't be asking me anymore, right? No, actually, what the fuck? Yeah, but can I actually do the local testing of the front end is the question. I actually want to, okay, or maybe I have to deploy every time. Okay. Okay, did I actually deploy this? Wait, no. Give me 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. What did I want to play? Give me 1 second. I need to change this music. I'm gonna. It's ridiculous. All right, let's see. Did it work? No, it's still. Again, this has nothing to do with their service. It's just me messing around with something, right? So technically, yeah, I can't attribute this to them because I'm now trying something I don't remember. So type module, should it actually be type module? Let's ask ChatGPT for the first time today. MK Slug, good evening, buddy. Just made your first. Nice, man. Very nice. Very nice. And by the way, I don't think this is gonna work. I just wanted to keep the scope of this incredibly small, right? I don't want to be setting the build tools and shit like that, right? Just wanted to. I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean, Asako? You mean the type? You mean this? Ah, also, fuck, I didn't rename the file to MJS at all. So that's another thing. Let's try that again. Again, this has nothing to do with with their platform. This is just me. I don't want to set up build tools and stuff like this. I want to show how simply you can actually use this service without worrying too much about all the building shit and TypeScript and stuff. I don't think it's necessary, right? Cannot use import statement outside of a module. So no, that's not going to work. No. Cannot use. So yeah, this actually has to be the module, right? So fucking warm in here, man. I'm melting. Jesus Christ. Try that again. Otherwise, we can set up some super simple whatever. Cannot use import statement outside of a module. I would definitely recommend paying for Copilot. Yes. I'm paying for it. Well, my company is paying for me, but it's only $10. So absolutely, yes. You should be paying for anything that can save your time in life. Anything that can save your time in your life is worth, especially $10. So absolutely. That's like one coffee, right? Okay, so it seems that we can't do this, right? Like what I want, again, it has zero to do with this platform, right? I just didn't want to deal with, right? So let's go and generate some more complicated project, right? So should we use, what is this new thing that everybody's talking about? Not stencil, with this other shit. What is this other UR library? Yeah, it's $10 is almost for a coffee here in Denmark. It's like actually $7, literally. What the fuck is the name of this modern new library, man? What's the name of that crap? Not stencil, Svelte, yeah. I'm not native Danish, no, but I live in Copenhagen. Svelte. Okay, let's generate this crap, right? Let's generate Svelte with this thing, right? Nice, man. I have a lot of many Swedish friends here, and yeah, welcome here, man. Okay, latest. Yeah, okay. npm create Svelte latest. Can I do it? It's probably gonna complain about, yeah. I'm from the Balkans. I'm from Serbia originally. Skeleton project. What the hell happened here? What did I mess up? Yeah, I didn't want to do that actually. Oh my god, man! I generated this. No, I honestly, to be very frank with you, I don't actually care about. I just want something that has a build process so we can import this stuff and use it, right? So I actually don't care, to be very frank with you, what it is. As long as it's like a modern JS crap, right? I wish that I don't have to actually use anything, but I do. You know what? I didn't want to go that path, but let's go that path. What's the quickest to generate? We could use create React app. No. Oh my fucking lord, man! How hard? Use modules with a Jesus Christ, man! Like how hard it is. Like use JavaScript modules in plain code without any build tool. Jesus Christ, man! How hard is it to write a like browsers? Yeah, actually, we could use Vite, but it's also fucking stupid, man, that I have to compile every single thing to use it in the browser, man. Like, it's just starting to piss me off. Okay, that's what it is. Vanilla JavaScript. Yes, give me that, please. Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, I know, man. I'm just too lazy. I don't have the time for browsing for that crap now. How fucking hard can it be, man? It's unbelievable. Crazy stuff, man. Like, just to run a simple HTML page. Like, okay, npm init, thanks. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, so hard to start with a basic thing. Like, how hard can it really be? Node modules, no. No, this doesn't work. Ah, it does work. Sorry, I'm an idiot. P npm p. Oh, I just want one file with code. Is it that hard? Is it that hard? Vanilla, JavaScript, yes. Plain vanilla, no, okay. There we go, okay. All right, cool. What do we have? We have this garbage here. How do we run this? Okay, got it. Does this, okay, so I guess it's gonna create a build for us, right? Okay, let's pnpm build. Wow. So hard, man. Okay. And it creates the this directory. Okay. Let's rename this to build. Let's deploy. Oh. Oh, shit. Let's go to our CD, programmer network, serverless, deploy. Okay, beautiful. So it was deployed. Let's see. Okay, here it is, as simple as it can be. So I really actually like this platform. Well done, guys. Very good. Yeah, what else? I mean, let's now try to use this client, right? That's pretty much what I wanted to do, right? The simplest thing I wanted to do. So we have this counter main.js. Wait, so you see module main.js. Yeah, what do we do here? Yeah, that's great, right? I don't give a shit about any of that though. I just want to import the SDK, right? So I want to say source, maybe, where was it? SDK, yeah. Yeah, I want to import this, and I want to import this, right? And I want to say hello world class dot hi foo, right? And then I want to say then, yeah. Yep. And if there's an error, I want to catch it, right? Pretty much what I want to do, right? Nothing fancy. Can't do that there. Try this again. No, I mean, to be very frank with you now, after using this for like an hour or two, those platforms are actually amazing, right? I mean, you can actually see now how quickly you can, you build a static site and you want to send an email, right? You build a static site, you want to do something server side that otherwise you couldn't. This is amazing, right? It's so simple because for every endpoint you create, it generates a method in your client SDK, and you just use it, right? So it's almost like it's really cool actually. I think it's super cool. Was this deployed? What do you mean? Did I build the front end? Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, why am I not seeing anything in the console? Did we actually deploy this? Did I deploy it? Are we seeing actually any logs in the platform? Let's see. Let's go here. They have the logs as well, as far as I saw, right? So here's the front end, and I think that we opened that already. Oh, I should, man. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Thank you for the reminder. Yes. Absolutely. 100%. Great catch. Great catch. All right, cool. Now, I mean, that's why I wanted to do the minimal example, so I can give them nobody gives a shit about front end here and writing beautiful front. I just want to use the product so I can see how it feels and stuff. That's why I didn't want to go and just I want a simple thing, right? Yeah, I don't see it being changed. Maybe. Oh, my bad. Fucking Vita, man. It generates the dist folder, not the Vita folder, right? My bad. This should be build, right? No. I have to rename. It's the Vita. Vita generates the dist folder, not the build, right? No. So I think overall very amazing. I think the fundamental core concept of the platform is great. I think I didn't like the onboarding. I didn't like the examples. I think it takes a while to make it run, right? And here we get it, right? So you can see here we actually managed to call the actual service, right? Or to say the endpoint. So it works, right? So obviously now if we go ahead, if we go to our server, we go to, let's say, I fucked something up here, so ignore me because I generated some stuff by accident in this directory. So here, if we say, if we generate something like KStream, I hope you are having a great fun, right? If we technically already now, I should be able to go over here. Well, actually, no, because I have to build this with Vita again. Fucking Vita, man. And then I need to get rid of this. And then I need to say build, right? And then I deploy this, and boom, it should be actually showing us that. So you can see it's almost like you have the generation of those services is very nice. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So every time you make an endpoint, you get this function to call that endpoint. So that's super useful, right? Let's see. What did I miss? What did I forget? Because hey, stream is a class. What did I miss? is it some build bullshit again or something like that? Vanix is here. Good evening, Vanix. We have a first sponsor stream tonight, or yeah, today. So yeah, that's why we're testing this amazing platform. So honestly, so of course now what we could go into is build the actual app. Now, that would take away more. I don't think that there's too much more to say really. So you have the serverless functions, right? You have those. Somebody asked what the serverless functions are. Think of just the very microcontrollers. Uh, think of it as an API in a way, just more microservice and more micro in general, right? So also how serverless works in the context of resources and how it manages its uptime and stuff like that. It's supposed to be cheaper as well, right? Um, exactly, right. So we can see here. I hope you're having a great fun, right? So overall, right? I think so if I'm to summarize my feedback to you guys, right? I think the platform itself is great. I think this is super cool. Honestly, I don't know how much it's gonna cost. I would 100% use this for my site or whatever, for something depending how much it costs. I cannot say until I know how much it costs. I cannot tell you if I would use it now. So it's going to really depend a lot on the pricing, right? Because again, if you remember, I'm paying 20 euros a month on Hetzner for an actual bare metal server, and I'm getting like 16 gigs of RAM, 4 CPUs, right? So I cannot say absolutely now. Like I think generally platform is great. I think where you can do the work is, if I'm to summarize, this button has way more importance. Drop the white theme. You can see that you have inconsistencies in the design because it's hard to maintain one theme, let alone two, right? Again, all my personal feedback. The UI, I think, for the most part, I like it. Like especially on the white theme, it was not apparent to me here to click backend and frontend. I would much rather. This information to me feels way more important than this crap, right? When something was created and stuff is irrelevant, right? I don't find this important at all. I would maybe put those tabs in the top, highlight them some. I don't know, but I would kill this white theme. It's super hard to find anything, right? Add the CNAME or some link to some documentation, like how do I actually add my custom domain if that's possible right now. So what do I have to do on my CDN to actually, what should I point my custom domain here to? When you click support, open the HubSpot chat, not the email, because somebody has to click this, open the email client, write the subject if you didn't include one already. It's a lot easier to say here, hi guys, right? And get maybe some human to get back to you as well. I love the logs. I actually haven't taken, right? That's really good. This button is misplaced. I didn't like the session. You remember in your example, you had that session type of thing. I think you need to extend this thing with some sort of session management. So I should be able to set the global session of some sort, some token actually. If you remember, we discussed the token thing. I think this thing should be global. So I should be able to select it here and then use that, whatever the token is, JSON web, whatever it is, some hash, right? It was very annoying for me to copy paste the same token into every single endpoint, right? And then if we go back to your documentation, which I think is the highlight of this in a sense of my feedback, right? If we go to documentation, I don't like this coupling, but you guys know this a million times better than me. So if you like it, that's okay. When I see this, I like in 2 seconds, I hate it, right? Like when I see those relative paths, so this thing is going to execute something 1 level or 3 levels or whatever above maybe everybody does it that way, maybe not. I'm not an expert into this serverless stuff, but I don't like it. This here, honestly, maybe it's great, maybe not. You could also, you just saw that I use this Vite thing, Vite JavaScript, right? Maybe you can just go make a step back and just be super simple. Just kind of tell people that it's framework agnostic. You don't have to use React. You can write plain JavaScript as I did. So you could just as well include this example or whatever, right? It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. But you know, like it's not really, it doesn't, you saw it, what I did, I rendered a plain HTML page without anything, right? So that's it. My pleasure, man. I mean, you guys have built an amazing thing. Like you genuinely did. I think also now when I'm looking at this, I think if you want to create this coupling, right? If you want to create this coupling in your product with your tooling, right? Lift this file one level up. So if you want people to always have their client associate, so if you want this to be some sort of a monolith, right? Then lift this thing up to be on the same level as server and client, because this is super confusing, right? This confused the living shit out of me. Like I've never seen a config before where I have to go one level up, point to some folder. It just wasn't self-explanatory, and that's the problem. It should be. I think if you guys in initial example showed me an example, just a simple repo, not with like bunch of examples. If you just said clone this simple repo, there's server and client inside. In the root folder, there's this YAML file that describes the connection or whatever between them. Run this, blah, 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 push. That would have been super blast, right? But you know, I have to go into this folder, fill in some metadata about this folder, which is outside of it. Then I have to create this thing. And then if you remember, your init command doesn't generate the directory, it generates the files. And you know, like if you use create react app, Vite, Yeoman generator, any of the generators past 10-15 years, you'll know that they will generate like a folder as well, right? So again, super tiny things, nothing that you can't, right? Yeah, exactly. I think 100%. So I think overall, I didn't read really all of this. What I noticed maybe visually that some better syntax highlighting could come in here, like this, just use highlight JS or whatever. I don't know, just random stuff, right? Okay, actually, I don't want to be an asshole. I want to test anything that I can see with my eyes. So I'm gonna go back here, and so there. So here's the environment. So how do I? Maybe I should read the docs. Wait, it's environmental variables. How to set an environment variables project? Head to dashboard page of the project at the backend tab. Click environment. Okay. Projects. This environmental variables. Beautiful. Okay. Mm-hmm. Some super secrets. Some value that no one can know ever. Okay. Save. Okay, good. Super secret with capital letters. Okay, great. I think, okay, great. Okay, you have a modal. Nice, that's good. I wanted to literally test that. So I saved this, right? I don't think this is necessary, this modal, because you know at this point that the state is no longer dirty, right? So I think, again, tiny things, but there's, you know, in your code that I have nothing that I didn't say, right? Because you can have some dirty checking in your whatever library you're using. What are you using? You're using React JS as well. So just somewhere in your state, have some dirty state and check the current and the because now, I have nothing saved. Okay, if I go now to my project, and then I go to test, then I go here. Let me zoom out a bit again. Production. Let me read the docs again. Set and remember for project head the dashboard page, blah, blah, blah. Nice, very nice. Okay. Okay, so that's very good. Super useful. So basically, if you need environmental variables in your front end, I presume, I don't know if this is API related and environmental variables, or if this is client related. So we're looking at the Genesio platform. It's a serverless platform that those guys have actually sponsored the stream today. They gave us, I think, around 20, 25, I don't know, subs, and we just took the night and we had fun building stuff. So check it out if you're into serverless stuff, and if you need actually something super simple to set your website, take a look at it. So what's unclear to me is, like, when you say for your project, do you mean both front end and back end, or server and client? Because it's unclear to me here when you say for your project, are those environmental variables injected in both ends or just the back end? I presume. Yeah, that's not very clear to me right now. But considering there's Dart and TypeScript here, yeah, so maybe be a bit more clear about that. It's not very clear, right? Yeah, so yeah, you're saying database keys, third-party API keys, or variables used globally across the code base, such as ports. Okay, so it seems to be, but yeah, maybe say set environmental variables, set, I don't know, set server environmental variables, right? I guess I might be wrong, but right. Programming languages, nice. Okay, this not much we've seen this already. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've kind of figured when I read the what the keys you referred to. There was also a typo. Okay, well, write that down, guys. There's also a typo. GitHub Actions, super nice, actually. This is really good. This is super good. The action sets up a Genesio environment for using it. This is really good. This is so important. Like, I think you guys should try to provide as many integrations as possible. Like, there's nothing more valuable than finding a tool that you can just integrate to your existing CI environment, like Circle CI, Travis, GitHub Actions, right? So if you could create more, like if I'm you, I would create a Circle CI example here. I would create I don't know, even a webhook or something, right? Whatever, but more of this stuff, the better, right? So keep it up with exactly, Blind Guardian. So keep it up, Hall of Fame. Nice. Okay, I think that's pretty much what I can say now. What we're gonna do in the upcoming weeks or days, we will actually use this platform to build something. I think we're gonna be using. I think I'm gonna be doing a Svelte or some type of stream soon. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Genesio to build the backend and to serve the front end as well. So I think once I kind of get a bit more into building more complex things, I might tell you, hey, well, you're using S3. I'm missing this configuration type of stuff. How can I add custom HTTP headers, right? Or so there's going to be some tricky questions that you guys will have to figure out how to do, right? Right, because I've hosted websites on S3 for a very long time, and also on Google Cloud Storage. And on the Google Cloud Storage, you have the GCP CDN and stuff, so you can set the custom HTTP headers and stuff like that, right? So start thinking about those things as well. Right? Yeah, it's like super cool that I can now, deploy, through your platform things to S3. But then the question is, how do I do redirects, right? So let's say that this is my app now, right? This is what we deploy together, right? How can I do redirects? How can I? So there's a set of generic features that platforms like this have to support, because when you're using S3, when you're using any kind of file storage type of hosting system, right? There are few things to think about: routing, redirects, caching. You're right. Somewhere at this point in this Genesio platform, I should have a front end tab of some sort where I can maybe set some stuff up. How do I add custom HTTP headers or whatever? I mean, sure. I mean, we actually have the server, so we could do that in the code base as well, right? But I don't know. We'll have to see. So either way, I think that's it, guys. I'm actually out of ideas. We did it for 2 hours. If you want me to take a look at anything else, tell me now. I'm very happy. But generally, I think, yeah. I mean, I think you guys should try it. I mean, all of you should try this. It's free, right? It's free for now, right? So I mean, honestly, like, it's super quick, right? It's super quick to get. You can technically, they need to improve the documentation, but technically this you can be up and running in 1 minute, literally. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, if they improve the onboarding a bit, you can literally get up and running in 1 minute, literally 1 minute, right? So it just needs to be simpler. It needs to be single repository or something, whatever, right? But you guys can do it. Literally, you can set it up to be 1 minute, right? And just if you didn't write it down already, as I said, when I click start for free, I'm logged in now, right? But if I sign out, if I click start free or whatever, it should take me to the sign up page, not to the and then actually I can see already that maybe you have already fixed those buttons sides, maybe you didn't, but that's a very minor thing. I think that's it about this. I think overall, I think you can fix those things incredibly fast. I think you can also save yourself some work by removing some of the details, the white theme and some of those things. Yeah. I think we have a question. Do you support? Actually, let me get this crap here. What is it? How do I do this? 1 second. How do I pop out chat? So let's see. Does anyone actually have questions or something to suggest to those guys? I mean, we are a community, right? So let's try to. They are a small company, and stuff. Does anyone else have anything to suggest based on what you saw? Any feedback, right? I mean, anything you say that's not trolling or whatever is great. Just so they can gather as much of it as possible. But yeah, you can see that you can read this question, right? They support cron jobs. Okay, well maybe so yeah. You should look into server-side rendering once the platform itself is stable and polished. Yeah, I think that's an insanely good idea. With all of those Next.js and all of this stuff taking a toll, I mean, and I think that would be one of the great features, right? But what I would do, again, I would stabilize the documentation. I would focus on onboarding. Like, you really need to. So your preoccupation should be your claim here. So this should be your, like, you should be able to, like, you literally can. I mean, this is not a matter of how. You already know how. You just need to rewrite some of this stuff, and because it should take 1 minute to have a working example. That should be like, you should sit down and say, you guys should create a objective key result, OKR, in case you're unaware what OKRs are. So what you guys should do tomorrow at work, when you sit together, you should say, okay, our next objective key result would be, how do we narrow down the onboarding to 1 minute, right? like we need onboarding in Genesio to be 1 minute, right? And then work from there, right? So literally say on your whiteboard, say, like 1 minute onboarding, right? And then work backwards, right? Do anything you can to make it super quick to get started, right? I think overall platform is amazing. I think what's actually even more amazing that you are using AWS, because to be very frank with you, if you didn't, I wouldn't trust it. Because if you, like, I don't know, got Hetzner like I'm doing for Programmer Network, knowing that there's like an AWS behind it probably means it's going to be a bit more expensive, of course, but still, you know that it's reliable, right? So, all right. That's it, guys. That's it. I'm gonna go now, and I don't know if I'm gonna stream more. I need to fix the logging. I need to fix the login to GitHub. I fucked those environmental variables up. It seems that people are not able to log in when I was doing this backup stuff. Yeah. Let me actually see. Is my Grafana still working? Let me take a look. Shit, man. So many people got the fucking error, man. Are you kidding me, man? Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm gonna share the. I think I've shared the Discord already. I'm gonna do it again. Let's do it here. I think I've joined the Discord already, but let me also actually share it here. This was actually fun. I mean, this is the first stream we had where it was kind of sponsored and we helped someone else. I think it was fun. Jesus Christ, man, what is this? So many errors. What the fuck is happening? Okay, I'll need to fix this. Tudor, whenever you need more feedback, man, let us know. Amazing platform. I've checked you guys on LinkedIn. You have a great team. What is to say, man? Kick ass and focus on marketing more as well. You need to build to build something that's quick to onboard and catchy and stuff like that, right? Let me take the chair. I've been standing. I've been standing for 2 hours. Give me a moment. All right, let's see. Now, when it comes to us, let's do maybe a bit of also programmer network now. As I said, I fucked up the. It seems that we've that. Um, Give me 1 second. Shit. Come on. All right. So yeah. So maybe I don't know. I actually had a lot of fun with this. I don't even know if I want to code programmer network, right? Yeah, they're live. They're live, Spectra. Yeah. Kirill. I think they're live. I hope I didn't fuck something up. Yeah, they're live. Yeah, they should be live. Yeah. Okay, so like I don't know what the hell happened here past like 3 hours. It seems that give me 1 second. Okay. We're gonna be getting back to the serverless platform 100% in the upcoming weeks once we start building playing with Svelte and some of this other crap. So for now, let's leave that aside. Let's do a bit of work here as well, and then it's not going to be a long thing because I want to spend some time with my wife as well. Gotta go to work tomorrow. The fuck happened here, man? Wow, what happened to my profile? Which profile am I on? Yeah, what happened with my background? Jesus Christ. Okay, that's super strange. Okay, so let's kind of do a bit of this more. Let's go to the front end, I guess. GPM. No. Okay, never mind. Front end. All right, cool. So yeah, as I said, I think I fucked up some GitHub related login stuff, right? Give me 1 second. Let me just do one thing off screen, just to double. Actually, you can stare at my super pretty face for a moment. Where can I see? And while I'm, just give me 1 minute. And if anyone has any questions, ask me while you're looking at my super pretty face. But I need to just check some env related stuff, and I can't show that to you guys because it's called secret for a reason, right? So I'm just gonna do something off screen here. Your organizations, programmer network, settings. I need to focus on fixing the login that I broke, right? So I just need to check one thing. I might know what the issue is. Client secrets. That's probably fucked up there. Give me 2 seconds. Music is too loud. Thank you very much. Should be good now. Thank you very much. I have no idea. I don't even hear it here properly, right? So thank you for letting me know. All right, give me a second here. Just give me a moment. What did I want to do? Yeah. I'll just do one thing and then I'll share my screen and then we code a bit more together. I just need to check one thing. I think I found it. Give me 1 moment. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay. I think I got it. 1 moment. And then I'm sharing my beautiful screen from my beautiful face. I think my screen is way better than my face. Okay. Let me try to fix that because I'm now looking at my environmental variables on my remote server. And I'm not willing to show you that. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, beautiful. And let me just do one more thing and then we're good. I'm gonna go to developer settings. No. Fucking environmental variables, man. I'm sick of them. So many things to do. Okay, almost done, almost done. GH client secrets, beautiful. Update, great, amazing. Okay, think I'm good. Let me just make sure to, is any stuff, oh, okay, great, beautiful, 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 great. Okay, now I can share my whole screen, I think. And yeah. All right, so let's rerun our latest job that passed on the API. Hopefully that was the issue when it comes to, shit, this is the wrong repo. Front end, where is it? Front end API, yep. So let's go here. Let's go to actions and for those of you who don't know, basically today off stream, or actually before this stream, I've made sure that every time I push anything to the API now, we have a automatic backup as well. That took me actually a couple of hours. I anticipated around maybe 1 hour, but it took me like three. But basically now every time before, right before we build the actual code and stuff, so we push the Docker image, you can see, then I back up the database and then we continue, right? So now every time before we do some backend change, I do a database backup, right? Just so, as the nature of this product that we're building is, we're building it always live in the stream. I just don't want to be thinking about messing something up, right? So, all right, let's see. Hopefully, does this fix the thing? I hope so, truly. What can we play? Actually, let's do some of the. Come on, you can do it. Because yeah, that's I kind of feel like shit now because I know that many people didn't sign up this stream to the platform because GitHub was fucked up. So I'm a bit pissed about that, honestly. It's a bummer because it's always very motivational after the stream when I come here and there's like a bunch of people signed up and stuff, right? And now, all of those who tried signing up with GitHub, that was messed up. So that was unfortunate, right? Let's just wait for this to finish. And in the meanwhile, let me go back here. There was like never seen so many errors, almost like I don't know what the hell was this. Seriously. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of people, you see, a lot of people try to log in with GitHub. So that's it, right? And then there were some people failed updating the articles and stuff. That's super strange. No, no. The problem is from like 3 hours ago when I was just when I was implementing this database backup as part of this, right? So it's very very recent. Yeah. Oh, don't. Are you fucking kidding me, man? I fucked it up completely now. Oh man, are you kidding me? Wait, are you fucking kidding me, man? Let's see what's happening. So my Nginx failed, and I think it's because of the certificates. Um, yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay, wait. Let me move this off screen. Fucking annoying, man. Come on. Shit. I need to do one thing. Wait. So annoying, man. Completely unfun to have infrastructure failing in the middle of the stream. Completely boring. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Seriously. Fuck you, man. Oh, the server is down right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fucked up now fully. Yeah. All right, we're back. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, man. All right, GitHub is also back. I think you guys can now log in as well. Yeah, I had to do some stuff. It's yeah, I need to fix that tomorrow, so it's okay. But I think the core stuff is fixed. Let me just test this view once because it's been a while since I tested this. I need to make sure that this Alexander, Denmark, Sweden, whatever, is this actually okay? All right, so it's okay. So GitHub is working. Okay, great. All right, beautiful. Okay, well that feels better. Why am I not shown here though? Isn't that strange? Wow. Okay. So hey, it's kind of strange. Why am I not shown in this list? That's super awkward. Wow. Okay. Okay. Super strange. Okay. What did I want to say? This should probably not be working. Yeah, this is now fuck. This is no longer running. That's okay. Well, it's not really okay, but we'll fix it. Okay, well, I think that's it probably, guys, for this night. I think we did this review of we did the review of, for those of you who were not here, take a look at Genesio IO. So take a look at this serverless platform. We did a review today, and we got like 25 subscribers. So thank you very much, guys, for that. So tomorrow we're going to be going back to building programmer network, and I might sit for 30 more minutes here alone and just fix some of the infrastructure stuff. And yeah, that's what it is. It was fun. It was the first stream of this kind where we review some product. So I think that was nice. And yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think that's what it is. Well, I did record it. Then it's gonna be everything is recorded. So every single stream I have is on YouTube, right? So keep that in mind. So every single stream you can find on YouTube, right? So I upload all of the VODs. So it's gonna be there. So whenever you miss it or you want to see what we did, feel free to check it out. I'm gonna go off now, guys. I need to sit with my wife. I need to book some flights for some siblings and some family. So I'm gonna spend some time with her. Thank you very much for being with me. It's good to see that we're having more and more people every night here. I upload them manually and they take like 8 to 10 hours to process because it's like 15 gigabytes. You know, it's each one of them is like 10, 15 gigabytes, right? So it takes 7, 8 hours for YouTube to process the 4040p version, 1440p version, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Kirill, Lyso, Knight, 404, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Also the new people and yeah, thank you very much. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Bye bye. Cheers. Bye bye.